Hey guys, okay, I am doing a live because I said I was going to do it, and these are new for me, so we're going to go for it, right? Um, I had a few questions coming yesterday, and I wanted to say thank you because that makes me happy to be able to answer questions and to do this thing together. I did take notes, so that's why I'm looking at my computer. I did have a question yesterday that a mama wrote in and said that her daughter had just been to a funeral the day before, where she had a friend that committed suicide. And she was going to school trying to jump back into it, and the teacher was not super responsive and missed the mark on supporting where she was coming from. And so, what a hard situation. So, I first just want to say that is real life, real human grief. And you're right, teens do have feelings, and sometimes we, as a society, can kind of shoo it on of like, oh, they're resilient, they'll get back to it. But she was really experiencing some real life hurt and pain. And so she went back to class, and the teacher was really concerned about her grade. And the daughter got overwhelmed and asked to go to see the counselor. And mama was wondering, like, what do I do? Like, do I email? Well, she did email, but it was at the right thing. So first of all, you followed your gut, and I'm going to tell you, you did a really good job. Okay. The first note I have is that what you did right. Let's talk about it. What you did right was you listened wholeheartedly to your teen's feelings and you validated. Yes, this is hard. You were very much confronted with an assignment from somebody in your circle that did not take your pain, um, I guess, as seriously or as real as it was. Um, so, that made your teen feel seen, and the fact that your teen came and talked to you was huge. Another thing that you did really well is that you advocated respectfully. You emailed the teacher and you said, listen, my teen's been going through this and she deserves to have respect in her corner. And she did go to the counselor, she did go get support. So, what is your way to follow up with that? And this also is not about blame. It's basically saying that human emotion, it's all about the compassion for your daughter. So, you did everything correctly. So, and your daughter knew her resource was the counselor. And so I just want to give you kudos that you followed. What did I say? Sometimes people miss the mark, even grown-ups, but you're allowed to feel and you're allowed to ask for help. And she did both. So my heart's going out to you on that one. That is not an easy one, but it sounds like you are modeling and being right there for her. So thank you for writing in. Another question I had was about motivation, saying my teen used to be into soccer and they're not feeling it anymore and they're not as motivated as they used to be. And this is actually really common as the teen years go on, like childhood passions that they have. I remember being in gymnastics. I started gymnastics in preschool, and I went all the way to my freshman year in high school as like a really serious gymnast. And once my mind started to get involved, I was getting older and realized that I could be doing double backs, or triple turns and doing all the things. And what if something happens? What if I hurt myself? Or what if I'm not as good as I used to be? What if other people are getting better than me? It's very common for them to pull back and to feel the fear of failure. So it's like, why try? So that is very common. So your role as a parent can shift to let's go to soccer. That's what you've been doing. That's what you do. You're really good at it. What's happening? And to, hey, this is really hard. Let's figure out why this feels hard. What happened? You can start in saying, like, did you go practice soccer? Why aren't you out practicing? Just saying, oh, I noticed that you have been pulling back there. What's going on? And if they don't know, that's okay. And you might get that a lot of, I don't know. But that's when you pull up and you pull back and you name their wins out loud. That's when you support them. And what else did I write? Anytime you see them do something that feels in their realm of what they're doing, you just want to acknowledge it. You don't have to be like the cheerleader that's walking around going, "Yay, you're doing such a good job. You walked to the kid." No, it can just be like, "Hey, I saw you do your homework the other day that I know you've been struggling with in class. How'd that go? Good job." Make it natural, make it you. And so you're not necessarily focused on soccer, but you're focused on their actions and their successes. And that will loop back around. It will all weave together. So hopefully that's helpful. I am loving this live ask. So I'm going to try to do this like once a month, or if you have something, I'll always come back on. But those are my notes that I took, my handy dandy notes, and I will see y'all later. Bye.